Okay, start. Okay. Good evening, guys. I hope I'm audible to you, all of you. Please let me know in the comment box. I welcome all of you to the crash course orientation session. We are going to begin with our crash course on sociology. This will be second edition of crash course. It is officially the first test in this crash course will begin from 1st of September. Okay. To those of you who don't know what is crash course, in this orientation session, we will understand what is crash course firstly, and then I'll talk about other details. The basic agenda, the basic agenda is to make sure that in the next 3-4 months, you are done with your sociology optional preparation and you don't have to refer to anything else. This is what our major agenda is. And to make sure that you systematically get your preparation organized on standardized lines as is expected from you as UPSC aspirant, keeping PYQs in consideration and answer writing practice also into consideration, we have decided to organize this whole program so that you don't have to struggle or you don't have to feel FOMO anymore. Okay. The whole agenda is to make sure that preparation stays complete and you feel confident at the same time. Okay. Now, what is crash course? So, see, in the crash course, usually what happens is what we expect, whatever notes you may have with you, whatever notes you may be from our foundation, you may have done your foundation from some other institute, or you may have referred some book. Okay, keeping that notes aside, in the crash course, what we do is we systematically revise everything that you may have covered on your own. Okay, so revision is our target. Secondly, along with revision, we do PYQs in the class. So your notes, you revise your own notes. Okay. Once you are done with revision of your own notes, then you have to watch our crash course lectures on the same topic. On the same topic. So suppose you have, from your notes, you have covered unit 1 to 3, first 3 units. Now, once you are done with your first three units, you can directly refer the crash course lectures, or you can start reading your unit 1 notes, your notes, and then you refer unit 1 crash course lecture. Then you refer your unit 2 lecture, unit 2 notes, and then you refer our unit 2 lecture. This way, what will happen? Once you are done with your own notes and then you watch our lecture, you will actually come to know that what is required for exam and how do you deal with answer writing, because in one lecture of any particular unit, in this lecture what we do is we target revision of the unit, plus in the same lecture we do PYQ answer writing, and in the same lectures we actually understand how to write answers. Okay, we begin with very basic points on how to write answers in the videos you will see, and then we proceed with further PYQs and systematically you will understand what is required for you to write answers. So I don't want to delve into the details of how to write answers at this stage, because at this stage my target is to make sure that you understand what crash course is all about. Okay, once you are done with that unit and the video of that unit, which means you have revised the unit and you have done answer writing, the next step is the test. So that means in the crash course, test series is integrated part. The crash course is about video lectures for revision and answer writing, and then it is followed by a test. So supposedly in our schedule, the first test is going to be held on 1st of, I think, 1st of September. Sorry, 30th of August is going to be our first test, and 1st of September is going to be discussion. Okay. That means from 26th of August, which is tomorrow, you will see one video lecture on Unit 1. 27th of August, you will see second unit lecture on your portal. 28th of August, you will see third unit lecture on your portal. 29th of August, it's a break. So you can end up revising all the 3 units. And then on 30th August, it's our first test. The first test will be on the first 3 units. Now, so what you can do today onwards, I would say, today onwards itself, you can start revising your unit 1 from your notes. Okay, be it our foundation or somebody else's foundation or some book. Start revising unit 1 from today itself. And tomorrow onwards, start attending the lecture on this particular unit. Do the same for unit 2 and then attend the lecture on unit 2. You will automatically, you will see, you are not only completing the units, you're also understanding how to write answers on those particular questions, because in those lectures you will also see PYQ. And then you attend the test. And also in the test, once you are done with the test, then you have a mentorship session. Okay, so that means in the crash course along with test, you have mentorship as well. Now mentorship is basically of 2 types. Okay, there is one group mentorship, and then we have individual mentorship. But it is important that you write the test. This is mandatory. Okay, this is mandatory that you have to write test before you attend the mentorship session. You cannot attend mentorship session without writing the test. This is going to be mandatory. Okay, it doesn't matter whether you complete all the questions or you are struggling with the questions or you could not uh, feel confident after writing the test. Doesn't matter, but writing test is compulsory before you get mentorship, because as mentors we would not be able to understand what exactly we should mentor you on until we have seen your answers, until we have gone through your answers. Okay, so in the initial days we will have more of group mentorship. Okay, I will be personally dealing with all the students in a group, and students can come offline also, and they are most welcome to come even online. Okay, it will be open for everybody, online and offline. And after subsequent tests we will start having individual mentorship. Okay, so this is going to be happening initially. This will be live, this will be live, and this will also be live. Okay, so mentorship is going to be live. It all depends on your performance in the test. So we are going to review that and we'll try to understand or assess where are you going wrong. Okay, this is the whole target. This will go on. The whole course will go on till 20th October. So 20th October, we are beginning basically 26th August, which is tomorrow. This is the starting date. And 30th, I would say 20th October is the finish date. That means we are targeting completion of your sociology course in a matter of 2 months. Okay. Now after 20th October till December, what are you going to do? Okay. Once you are done with the crash course, we will assume that now you understand how to approach answers. Certain myths will be busted in the whole process of answer writing. Okay. But once that is done, your target would be to complete some of the PYQs which we have not covered in the class, or which we may not have covered in the tests. So there would be certain PYQs. We would expect you to complete those PYQs on your own, and the target would be to complete this in a matter of 4 months total, December. The course would be over by October mid. There onwards, we will expect you to have some discipline and some kind of consistency and to complete rest of the PYQs. We can tell you, rest assured, that in our course, close to 300 plus PYQs would be done. Okay. In the test series, in the discussion of the crash course video, you would see close to 300 plus PYQs would be done. And not just PYQs, we are focusing also on the conceptual clarity, because I actually assume that conceptually some of the students are weak with basics. So it is not about going into hi-fi studies or hi-fi scholarly research work. No, it's about working on the basics. So we emphasize a lot on working on the basics, and we firmly believe if your basics are good, then nothing is going to stop you from getting decent marks. Okay. And that is what we firmly believe, and that's what we work on consistently for the next 2 months, 2.5 months, as long as this course is being held. Okay. So if you have any sort of doubt, you are free to ask your questions. I'll be happily trying to address your questions in the chat box. Please let me know जो भी आपके question. I'll just go through all the questions that you may have dropped here. Good evening, guys. Um, yes, yes. Classes will be recorded format. Guys, classes will be in the recorded format. Mentorship will be live. So let me just make this clear very in the first place itself. These classes, these are going to be recorded, but mentorship is going to be live. Okay. So you will never feel that the classes are recorded, because we have mentorship that is live. And these are the same classes which we organized just 2 months back for the students who are appearing for mains on 30th of what we call as this month. There is mains, and those students who are writing mains are the same students with whom we organize these classes. So now these classes are going to be given to you in the recorded format. Mentorship, we will keep it live. Okay. Average length of class per class, you can say, simply assume each and every class will be approximately 3 hours. But you will have option to watch the video in 2x mode as well, or I think 3x mode. I'm not very sure, but 2x mode is definitely there. Okay. Sir, is there any way by which we can get our answers checked apart from the tests? Well, I would say, Preeti, uh, the proper way to get your answer checked is to write test only. Okay. See, one way is to write single answer and get it evaluated. That is not going to help you, because eventually what matters is how do you manage to complete your answer in a matter of 3 hours. See, single answer I can write in a matter of 40 minutes also, 10 minutes also, 20 minutes also. But when it comes to writing full-fledged paper, each and every that you may have each and every answer that you may have written in 40 minutes or 30 minutes, you will see change in each one of them, because you have to complete 19 questions in a matter of 3 hours. Each and every answer will now be different from what you used to write individually. So eventually that clearly shows, like Durkheim would say, when you sum it all up, the whole is bigger than individual. So the whole of the test series is bigger than any individual question, because the way you approach the test in the 3 hour long paper is going to be different from the way you approach the question in a matter of 10 minutes or 40 minutes. So that actually should be tested, and that is what we emphasize a lot on. Okay. uh, yes, सर पीवाईक्यू बस कलें से रियल पेपर में कितना परसेंटेज रेप्लिकेट होगा? वेल क्षितिज, पीवाईक्यूज करने से डेफिनेटली बहुत रेप्लिकेट होता है, पेपर क्वेश्चन तो रेप्लिकेट हो जाते हैं, बट आंसर्स कभी कभी रेप्लिकेट नहीं होते. सी, questions would replicate. If you do PYQs, themes will get replicated, but your answer may not get replicated, mainly because sometimes what happens is when you see some question which seems very repetitive, we get super excited, okay, and then we end up writing whatever we know, because the moment we see that word, that becomes our favorite word, because we had just completed reading about that word and same word came. So we get so excited, we just end up writing whatever we know. In the whole process, the demand of the question, which is very sacred, that is neglected. And that is why despite same question, our answer was not what it was expected from us, and therefore despite same question coming, we end up getting 200 marks, 210 marks. How else do you explain that in the past 3-4 years, many times same questions have come, but students are still scoring 200, 210, 220? How do you explain this? They knew that questions are repeated, but why their performance could not get uh, repeated the way they were expecting it would be? Because of the very idea of getting super excited and losing the demand of the question and just writing whatever they know. So this has to be contained, this has to be well regulated, well monitored, and this is what we focus a lot in the mentorship program. We make sure that when you're writing answer, you are writing answer only and not writing the notes or not writing what you remember. Okay, that is very important. Now, sir, after 20th October, will the access to classes and answer writing correction ends? No, no. In fact, the whole program stays there till the November end. Till November end. The program is valid till November end. Okay. So basically, just to repeat this for those who just attended the session, our focus is that you have your own notes, you revise your own notes, and then once you are done with revising your own note on a particular unit, let's take unit 1, then you watch our crash course lecture on the same topic, then you write the test, and then you get the mentorship. So writing test is mandatory to get mentorship. This is our condition. And mentorship would be of two types, group mentorship and individual. Both the mentorship would be live, classes would be recorded, and you can watch the recorded lectures. Average hour would be 3 hours. 2x mode is available, and the whole program would be valid till November end, and the last test would be held on 20th of October, okay, I suppose. And the first test is going to begin from 30th of August, and the first class is going to begin from tomorrow. The first class is tomorrow. First class is tomorrow, and first test is on 30th of August. तो ये एक माइंड मैप की तरह है जो आपको ध्यान में रखना है. अच्छा, दूसरा एक सबसे बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट इशू ये जो मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूँ वो ये भी है, कभी कभी ना क्या होता है, स्टूडेंट्स को ये डाउट होता है कि यार जो हम पढ़ेंगे क्रैश कोर्स में और जो हमारे खुद के नोट्स हैं, ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्टिंग नोट्स, क्या हम दोनों को ऐड करें या दोनों को अलग रखें? तो मेरी एक सिंसियर रिक्वेस्ट है आप लोगों से, आप जब क्रैश कोर्स की क्लास करें तो आप उसको ऐड मत करिए अपने नोट्स में. आपके नोट्स जो आपने पढ़े हैं वो बहुत अच्छे हैं, लेकिन आप उसको अलग रखिए. क्रैश कोर्स के नोट्स को आप अलग रखिए, उसका एक अलग डायरी बनाइए. आपको ये रियलाइज होगा कि क्रैश कोर्स के नोट्स काफ़ी छोटे हैं, क्रिस्प हैं, बेसिकली प्रिसाइज हैं. इवेंचुअली जो टॉपिक्स हम अपने क्रैश कोर्स में कर रहे होंगे वो आपके नोट्स में अलग से जब आप बनाओगे तो काफ़ी शॉर्ट दिखने लग जाएंगे आपको. इससे क्या होएगा, आपके खुद के नोट्स को बार बार आपको पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. वो एक बार पढ़ने के बाद ही आपने ये क्रैश कोर्स के शॉर्ट नोट्स बनाए होंगे जो अलग रखा जाएगा. ओके, और आपने बस एक चीज ध्यान रखनी कि दोनों को इंटीग्रेट नहीं करना है. ओके, द मोमेंट यू इंटीग्रेट द टू, यू विल स्टार्ट गेटिंग कंफ्यूज्ड. ओके, इस चीज से हमने बचना है. नाउ व्हाट विल हैपन टू योर ओल्ड नोट्स? क्या वो वेस्ट हो गए? बिल्कुल भी नहीं. If you did not have your old notes with you, or if you did not have your book with you, whatever book you are following, तो वो क्रैश कोर्स के लेक्चर्स भी आपको समझ ना आते. यानी उनकी अपनी एक इंपॉर्टेंस थी, वो नोट्स की अपनी जगह है, वो जगह बनी रहेगी. लेकिन वो नोट्स अगर आपके बहुत ज़्यादा लेंथी हो चुके हैं और उसको रिवाइज करने में प्रॉब्लम आती है, और अगर आपका टच थोड़ा लूज हो चुका है उन नोट्स से, काफ़ी टाइम हो गया पढ़े हुए, या फिर कॉन्सेप्चुअल क्लैरिटी थोड़ा मिसिंग लग रही है आपको अपने नोट्स में, इन ऑल दीज सिचुएशंस क्रैश कोर्स लेक्चर्स आर गोइंग टू बी very very helpful. This is something that I can assure you of. Okay. Are you going to provide notes as well? I mean unit wise. Vipul, yes, ये भी एक अच्छा क्वेश्चन है. हम लोग यूनिट वाइज नोट्स प्रोवाइड नहीं करते हैं, बट यस, हम अपनी क्लासेस में, जैसे अभी बोर्ड पे आपको देखने को मिल रहा है कि हम लोग ज़्यादा लिखते हैं. बेसिकली हमारा मानना है कि जब तक हम लिखते नहीं हैं तब तक हमारा ब्रेन रजिस्टर नहीं करता इंफॉर्मेशन को. सो वी राइट अ लॉट ऑन द बोर्ड, which means we don't write paragraphs or send what we call as huge stanzas. We actually make short notes on the blackboard. uh, those would be in flowchart format, or they would be very short points to help you complete that particular topic or unit. So we write a lot on the board, and this will actually enable you to keep writing on your notes. In your notes, you will maintain a separate diary eventually. और इससे ये होता है कि आखिर में आप भी जब लिख ही लेते हो तो वो कहीं ना कहीं ब्रेन में रजिस्टर होना शुरू हो जाता है. बट इफ वी गिव यू PDF, separate PDF, what happens is that PDF remains intact in its place, and you don't feel comfortable with that PDF. Initially it will attract you, and we do give PDF initially for certain topics, but after a point of time you start feeling that the language in the PDF is bit alien, or even if that is not alien, at least you would not be feeling as much comfort with that language as you would be feeling with the language that we would be carrying out our lecture in, which you would also be penning down in your notes, which automatically would belong to you one day. There's this feeling that you would have with the notes handwritten, you would not be feeling that with the PDF. So isliye we don't give a lot of PDF. Our course is, you can safely assume, PDF free. Okay, it's free of PDFs. Our focus is on conceptual clarity, and to make sure that you end up with your own short notes, and that can't happen with alien PDFs. Okay. No, Preeti, all the tests will be full length test. Each and every test will be full length test. There is no sectional test. All the tests are full length test. So, for example, the first test, which is on 30th August, it will have unit 1, 2, 3, 3 units. 3-hour test it will be. It will have 29 questions, out of which you have to select 19 choice based. Just like UPSC pattern, we follow the same. You will have to make choices. 19 questions you will have to choose. So format same hai. Okay. Vishal Gupta, sir, completed sociology once through Nitin Sangwan, but have not made notes. Can I rely on these classes? With time and test, I'll do value addition in these notes. Yes, definitely, you can rely on these classes, Vishal. And you will also, um, with these classes, you will also develop conceptual clarity, because reading a book and understanding the book, both are two different dimensions of learning. So I hope with these classes you also get to learn those concepts that you may have read in the book. Okay. Sakshi Patil, sir, I don't have enough command over syllabus that I can able to complete one chapter in one day and give test of 3 chapter in one day. So sir, is it advisable to join class after pre or now? Sakshi, I would say it all depends on you. See, there are two category of students. दो प्रकार के बच्चे होते हैं। देखिए, ऐसा होता है कि ये जो टाइम होता है ना, ये मैं आप सब लोग के लिए बोल रहा हूं, अगस्त टू नवंबर, this is the time when you study optional and ethics in a way that you don't study like in any other month of the year. ये जो महीने होंगे, इसमें आप एथिक्स और ऑप्शनल को जिस हिसाब से पढ़ेंगे, उतना वक्त आप कभी भी एथिक्स और ऑप्शनल को इसके बाद नहीं दे पाएंगे, आप ये मान के चलिए। ओके, ये जो महीने हैं ये एथिक्स प्लस ऑप्शनल, और ये भी आप जानते ही हैं कि एथिक्स और ऑप्शनल जो हैं ये जब मिल जाते हैं दोनों तो मेक और ब्रेक सिचुएशन होती है। ओके, सो आई वुड से दोनों को मिला दे तो 750 का स्कोर बन जाता है। ओके, टोटल में, और GS 1 2 3 को अगर हम मिलाएं तो 750 हो रहा है। ओके, वहां 1 2 3 में बहुत सब्जेक्ट्स पढ़ने, यहाँ पे क्लैरिटी के 2 पढ़ने हैं। ओके, और ये होमोजेनस है, अनलाइक GS 1 जो कि हिट्रोजेनस है, अंदर ही बहुत सारे सब्जेक्ट्स हैं, GS 2 में और हिट्रोजेनिटी, GS 3 में और हिट्रोजेनिटी, एंड सोशो होमोजेनस, एथिक्स होमोजेनस। तो अगर आप अभी इसको पढ़ लेंगे, आपको अपने प्री के बाद बहुत कंफर्ट फील होगा। और अगर आप इसको, अगर आप नहीं इस टाइम नहीं पढ़ेंगे, तो आप क्या करेंगे, आप देखिए क्या होगा, दिसंबर आते ही वापस से प्रीलिम्स का फीलिंग वापस से आ जाएगा आपको, क्योंकि एक वो होता है दिसंबर आते ही वो प्रीलिम्स का एक सीजन होता है, फोमो टाइप फील होने लग जाता है हमें। ओके, तो वो आपको हमेशा रोकेगा ऑप्शनल का या मेंस का टॉपिक उठाने से। लेकिन अगर आप इसको अभी खत्म कर लेंगे नवंबर तक, तो यू कैन सेफली कंफर्टेबली विथ फुल कॉन्फिडेंस स्विच टू प्रीलिम्स मोड। तब आपको कोई फोमो नहीं होगा। अक्सर क्या होता है, बच्चे प्री का पढ़ रहे होते हैं और ना मेंस को लेके टेंशन रहती है कि हमारा मेंस तैयार नहीं है, तो स्विच करते रहते हैं वो। बट यू नो, इंस्टेड ऑफ हैविंग सच puzzled mind where you are not very sure as to what you are doing, I would say by the end of September or October, you should be done with optional. Okay, and crash course will enable you to complete it by October end. At least at our end, we will be done with optional. And of course, our support to the students will continue. And we must make sure one thing, that if not this time around, at least we must give time to optional before November, or finish it off. If not with us, then at least on your own, try to finish it off by November. Okay, प्री के लिए उसको मत छोड़िए, बस मेरी इतनी रिक्वेस्ट है। प्री के बाद आप उसको दोबारा पढ़ लीजिएगा, लेकिन उसको अभी के लिए जरूर टाइम दीजिए। सर Yashvardhan, I'm your old student. It's good to see you, sir. Sir, if we have queries regarding test questions after writing test, how would we resolve it in mentorship session in online mode? Online mode in the mentorship session, actually the uh, classes would be live, be it online or offline. In mentorship, classes would be live. So you can resolve your queries through online mode as well. Okay, तो आपके जो भी query होंगे, and we assume कि आपने test दिया होगा उसके बाद ही, in fact we will in fact postpone our mentorship session also in case students decide to delay their test. But please understand, we would request all of you to write the test first before you go for mentorship. This is the basic request from our side. Questions, we can take any question in the mentorship. Okay. Sukumdev Wimberle. Okay, sir, is there any way I can buy level foundation in PDF form, market में printed available है, but I study on iPad. Sukumdev, actually क्या है कि we don't sell the notes separately. There is no such provision to sale what we call as foundation notes. Okay, that is not up for sale. स्टैंड अलोन आइटम तो नहीं है वो एज सच. सो आई एम रियली सॉरी फॉर दैट. बट अगर आपको कहीं से मिलता है तो डेफिनेटली यू कैन गो थ्रू इट. विपुल बलियान, विल यू प्रोवाइड नोट्स एज वेल? विपुल ये एड्रेस कर दिया हमने. प्रशांत शिंदे, सर आई लाइक योर टीचिंग स्टाइल, माय मीडियम ऑफ आंसर राइटिंग इज रीजनल लैंग्वेज, दैट इज मराठी, व्हाट इज सोल्यूशन फॉर इट? Prasad, unfortunately I'm not the right person to help you in this regard because मराठी में sources क्या available हैं, I'm not very sure sociology को लेकर. So इसलिए I can't exactly help you that way. If there is some kind of app that can translate English material into Marathi, I think that can be very helpful for you. Medium also आपका वही रहेगा और किताब उल्टा ट्रांसलेट हो सकती है मराठी में. आई एम श्योर ऐसी कोई ऐप होगी डेफिनेटली. ऐसा कोई कोई तो प्लेटफॉर्म होगा. ओके अगर ऐसा है आप ज़रूर एक्सप्लोर करिए इस चीज़ को. सर विल द क्लासेस अपडेट डे बाय डे और क्लासेस एट वंस? क्लासेस विल गेट अपडेटेड डे बाय डे. ये डे बाय डे होगा जैसा कि आपके शेड्यूल में मेंशन्ड है. उसी उसी शेड्यूल को फॉलो करते हुए क्लासेस विल गेट अपडेटेड. ओके. Sir, I've completed my sociology foundation classes. I have my class notes, but I've never made short note on any kind of notes by myself. I think yes, in that case, Crash Course is going to help you. See, our target is to help you make short notes, understand concepts, write answers, understand answer writing techniques, and get your queries resolved. ये 5 चीजें हैं जिसको हम टारगेट कर रहे होते हैं क्रैश कोर्स में. ओके फाइन. So I'll just go through rest of the questions अगर किसी और के कुछ question है. And all those who have joined off lately, they can also drop in their questions if they have any sort of doubt regarding the crash course. I've not covered part C portion of the paper 2. Will the recorded classes suffice for it? Not suffice. We can safely tell you one thing. Most of the crash course, if you combine the total classes in the crash course are approximately 24 to 25. These are the total number of classes. Okay. There you will see approximately 10 to 11 videos for paper 1. Okay. And approximately 13 to 14 videos for paper 2. Other than these total crash course classes 24 to 25, we also have test discussion videos. Test discussion, for each test there are approximately 1.5 video or 2 video, or for some lectures, for some tests there are 1 video also. Total you would see for 8 tests, out of which for 6 we have videos uploaded, approximately 12 videos. And for the last 2 tests there is no video, there is only model answer, but model answer stays for all the tests. Okay, model answer is there for all the tests plus videos. Only for the last 2 tests, which is full length test, there will be only model answer, no tests, no video discussions. Okay. And when you see all the videos, you would see 80% of the syllabus would be covered. 80%, I can easily claim 80% of the syllabus would be covered. 80% of syllabus would be covered. This will save a lot of your time, because this 80% would be the bigger chunk, the chunk that gets repeated, the chunk that is basic, the chunk that is fundamental, and the chunk in which most of the students get confused. This 80% will take care of that. Okay. Rest 20%, there will be some topics which we would not be able to cover in a matter of 25 lectures. And this is something that I clearly tell in the first place, in the very start of the lectures, because anyway, mathematically also, if we are having only 25 classes, we can't cover all the syllabus. But yes, whatever we will cover, I can tell you with full surety, whatever we will cover, you will not have to study even a single thing beyond it for that topic. you can safely stay assured that this topic would be closed forever once we are done with that topic in the class. But the topic that we did not cover, at least you will take away the methodology of approaching that topic from the classes, as the way we cover that topic, we keep it short, we keep it exam oriented, and we focus a lot on the basics and the example. You will take away this methodology to cover the remaining topics on your own, which will be 20% only of the syllabus. Okay, so we can't say, that's why, to answer your question, not whole section C, or for that matter whole section B or whole section A, or for that matter whole paper 1 cannot be covered. But yes, 80% of the whole syllabus would be definitely covered. Okay. Sir, I completed my sociology foundation with you for 2026, but due to layoff, I had to pause my preparation and focus on finding a job. How should I follow along? Well, Sinan, please let me know how much did you cover and how much is left to be covered so that I can suggest you accordingly. When you pause your preparation, how much was yet to be covered? Thomas Rumik, sir, please increase the video validity, like make it unlimited till the course duration at least within 74 hours sometimes becomes difficult. Uh, Validity of the videos is going to be there till November end. You can safely assume that validity is there. The videos that we upload stay with you in the portal till the end of the course. There is hardly watch time limit, but that is also not of big significance, because anyway we will extend that. So videos stay there till the end. No video will be dropped the way in foundation. We actually, in foundation, we follow this mechanism. The video stays there for you, stays there with you for 3 days in the foundation course, but in the crash course, video stays till the end. You can watch it any number of times. Okay. You can submit the test online. Anukriti, basically, once you get registered, there is this portal which you become part of. And in the portal, what you do is you just get your answers. Once you write your answers, get it scanned in a PDF format, and you just have to upload that PDF in the button that you would see on your portal of submission. Okay. So in the submission button, you can upload the answer in the recorded format. हाँ, so Swaraj, ये this is something that happens that content लोग के पास होता है. कभी कभी क्या होता है, स्टूडेंट्स आकर बोलते हैं कि सर हमारा नोट्स देख लो एक बार. तो मैं ऑनेस्टली सबको एक चीज बोलता हूँ, और मैं ये बोलता हूँ कि नोट्स सबके अच्छे होते हैं. इस दुनिया में सबके नोट्स अच्छे हैं, सबके. ओके. प्रॉब्लम नोट्स की नहीं होती है अपने आप में. प्रॉब्लम होती है कि आपकी समझ कितनी है. कहने का मतलब ये है कि क्या आप ये खुद जानते हो कि आपने नोट्स में क्या लिखा है? क्या आप उसको पढ़ के किसी और को बता सकते हो कि आपने क्या लिखा है? कुछ लोगों की मेमोरी नोट सेंट्रिक होती है, पेज सेंट्रिक, और कुछ की होती है कॉन्सेप्ट सेंट्रिक. ओके. और वो मल्टीपल रिवीजन से होता है. तो जब लोग नोट्स दिखाते हैं, तो मेरा उनसे बस एक सवाल होता है उन्हीं पेजेस में से. जब वो सवाल का जवाब नहीं आ पाता, तो नोट्स तो अच्छे रहते हैं लेकिन अंडरस्टैंडिंग पुअर रह गई है. सो फोकस हमारा अंडरस्टैंडिंग पे ज्यादा है. तो आप ये मान के चलिए कि अगर अंडरस्टैंडिंग में कमी है, दैट इज अ कंसर्न. और कॉन्फिडेंस जो है वो वहीं से डेवलप होना शुरू होता है जब आपकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग बिल्डअप होना शुरू हो. नोट्स होने से, जैसा आपने खुद भी बोला कि कंटेंट तो है पर कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं आता, वो इसलिए स्वराज क्योंकि अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं है. सो कंटेंट इज नॉट सफिशिएंट. वी कैन सेफली हम बोल सकते हैं कंटेंट अपने आप में इज नॉट सफिशिएंट फॉर कॉन्फिडेंस और फॉर आंसर राइटिंग. फोकस हमारा किधर रहेगा? आर फोकस विल बी नॉट ऑन कंटेंट, फोकस विल बी ऑन अंडरस्टैंडिंग. Focus will be on answer writing. ओके, अब जैसे मैं आपको एक सिंपल एग्जांपल देता हूँ, बहुत ही सिंपल एग्जांपल, ओके, कि व्हाट डू आई मीन बाय अंडरस्टैंडिंग. ओके, so see, I'll begin with very classic example of positivism. Okay, अगर मैं बस इतना बोलूं आपको कि पॉजिटिविज्म एक ऐसा फिलॉसफी है जो कहता है कि दुनिया में जो लोग हैं, दिन उनका बिहेवियर कैन बी एक्सप्लेन्ड साइंटिफिकली, which means if people are if people are doing gambling, it is because of, very basic, it is because of lack of education or unemployment. Okay, तो वो ऐसे बोलेंगे most of the gamblers which they have studied are unemployed or not educated. So lower the education, higher the chance of gambling. Lower the so-called job availability, more the chances of gambling. So this kind of scientific correlation they will try to establish between two variables. ये positivism होता है. Okay, so lower the education, higher the chances of gambling. Hypothetically, I am just explaining to you by giving one random example. Okay, so it is more like cause effect they are trying to establish. Okay, but interpretivism, what they will do. So there is very classic study by a scholar called as Sue Fisher. Sue Fisher बोलती हैं कि when you study gamblers, when you try to understand the experiences of gamblers जो कि बार बार कसिनो में जाते हैं, तो आपको पता चलेगा कि it is not that they are low on education, they are well educated. You would actually come to know कि many of them, despite being educated, they go to gambling because they actually get pride when they beat the machine. They feel welcomed in the casino and they feel they are somebody in this world, because in the mainstream world they are not given recognition, but in the world of casino they are seen as the arcade kings. Okay, this feeling draws them to the gambling every now and then. This is what we call as interpretative study. It's not about lack of education, it's about lack of respect which they feel in the mainstream world, that is drawing them to the casino. So interpretivism ने क्या focus किया? Understand the experiences of the gamblers. Understand experiences of the gamblers. यानी कि हमने फोकस किस पे किया? हमारे लिए यहाँ पे हीरो सू फिशर नहीं है, हमारे लिए हीरो है अंडरस्टैंडिंग. सो हमारे नोट्स में पॉजिटिविज्म है, हमारे नोट्स में इंटरप्रेटिविज्म है, बट क्या हमारे दिमाग में अंडरस्टैंडिंग है? इज द मोर इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन. Because until we have good understanding of things, we will not be able to feel confident. And then how do anybody expect to write a good answer? Because while writing answer, we will just try to recall the points in our page, जो हमारे पेज में था, लास्ट में था, कहीं ऊपर था. We are trying to recall उसका आगे क्या लिखा था, उसके पीछे क्या लिखा था. But understanding develop नहीं हुई, इसलिए हम इतना struggle करें to recall the sentences and the words. But if you have good understanding, and I can tell you very honestly, you will never forget this. ये आपको हमेशा याद रहेगा. This is something that I can tell you. Even if you don't write this in your notes today, आपको ये याद रहेगा. Okay. This is what we call as focus on understanding. जब वो होती है तो आप सेंटेंस बना लेते हो, बट सेंटेंस बने हुए सेंटेंस से अंडरस्टैंडिंग है, इसका कोई जरूरी रिश्ता नहीं है, कोरिलेशन नहीं है. और यही हम ज्यादा फोकस करते हैं क्रैश कोर्स में. दिस इज व्हाट वी आर ट्राइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड. ओके, अच्छा, और किसका क्वेश्चन है? Sir, how teachers predict the questions to be asked in exam? Fancy Coaching Institute publish test questions match with UPSC questions. Um, सही बात है, मुझे भी नहीं पता कैसे करते हैं, रियली आई डोंट नो, आई कांट कमेंट ऑन दिस, बट यू नो, ठीक है, सबका अपना अपना शौक होता है लाइफ में, करने दो सबको अपना शौक पूरा, है ना, हम क्या करें। ओम मसादे सर, कैन वी कंसिडर आवर क्रैश कोर्स नोट्स एज सोल सोर्स? You can consider this as sole source for 80% of the syllabus that we are going to cover. But for the rest of the 20% that we will leave out, that of course is not going to be the sole source. उसके लिए 20% के लिए आपके अपने फाउंडेशन के नोट्स, या आप आपके आपके अपने इग्नू के या फिर किसी और के नोट्स, कोचिंग के नोट्स, आप उसको फॉलो कर सकते हैं, लेकिन फॉलो करते टाइम आपका जो वे ऑफ अप्रोचिंग दोज नोट्स होगा वो काफी हद तक ओरिएंटेड हो चुका होगा to how you should be looking at the things when you are in the crash course. तो क्रैश कोर्स एक माइंडसेट को भी तैयार करेगा आपके, कि आप कहीं से भी कुछ भी ना पढ़ रहे हो, आपको पता रहे कि जो आप पढ़ रहे हो सही है भी कि नहीं। क्योंकि कभी कभी क्या होता है, लोगों के पास नोट्स तो होते हैं बट वो अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं होती है समझने की कि ये नोट सही है भी कि नहीं। और हमारा टारगेट है कि हम क्रैश कोर्स में वो अंडरस्टैंडिंग भी आपकी डेवलप करें। ओके sir, any new foundation course in this month? Rishiv will be having new foundation course in the coming months. Saturday, sorry, September तो नहीं बोलेंगे, but October. You can imagine, you can say, simply assume October onwards we will be launching our third foundation, but अभी तो नहीं, because we are dealing with the two foundation courses. So that's why फिलहाल के लिए तो नहीं. Okay. Fine, sir. I took the crash course of yours in 2024. Will you advise to join again or not? Kindly answer. I'll still again advise you to join, Manish, because what matters is not that you may have had joined earlier. What matters is that you end up the syllabus by what we call as October end. अक्टूबर के एंड तक आपका सिलेबस खत्म हो जाए, दिस इज व्हाट मैटर्स। ओके, पिछला जो आपने किया हुआ है, दैट मेमोरी is not sufficient for you to push yourself to complete this by 20th October with us now. Unlike somebody who's free from that baggage that he has done the course once, okay, at least कम से कम अक्टूबर तक वो खत्म तो कर लेंगे। तो हमें उस बैगेज से हट जाना है। हो सकता है यू मे हैव डन इट इन द पास्ट, ट्राई इट अगेन, ताकि आपका फ्लो बने, अक्टूबर के एंड तक खत्म कर ले। ओके okay. How to answer applied questions like certain theory used in contemporary world? Tushar, I firmly believe no question is applied. Okay. If your static is good, and trust me when I say this, it's not a random statement. If your static is good, no question is applied question. No question in sociology is applied question. There was only 1 year, 2019, only 1 year, 2019, where you had 6 questions which were seen as out of the syllabus, and they were actually out of the syllabus. Technically they were out of PYQs, if not out of syllabus, but they could be seen as applied ones. But questions you would see in the in subject of sociology, they are not really applied ones. Only applied one is the example which is expected from you, but the issue is when you apply example, those examples are not conveying what you are explaining to the examiner in the above paragraph. Many a times paragraph में जो आपने लिखा है और जो आप एग्जाम्पल दे रहे हो वो मैच ही नहीं करते हैं आपस में। एग्जाम्पल होता है 2-3 वर्ड्स का, पैराग्राफ भी मैक्सिमम 2-3 लाइन का, पैराग्राफ टूटा होता है, एग्जाम्पल कंप्लीट नहीं होता है। समटाइम्स एग्जामिनर फील्स दैट यू हैव जस्ट रिटन इट बट यू हैव नॉट अंडरस्टूड इट, you have not related this to the demand of the question. So that is why despite writing what we know, we don't get a score which is decent enough for us to get past this process. So वो चीजें जो है basic nitty gritties, applied way of writing the answer, that is more important than applied knowledge, which anyway we will accumulate over a period of time in the crash course. Okay, because I'm not very sure what you mean by applied things. Okay. Sir, I watched paper 1 and 2 lectures but never made short notes and did not revise majority of paper 2 and only watched lecture once. Fine, in that case, Senan, I would say, if you have watched the whole lectures 1 and 2, the best the best thing that you can do at this point of time is to make short notes. And of course, the course will help you make the short notes in a targeted way, because every short note would be followed by a test. Okay. Changes, Manish, yes, changes definitely. In every crash course, there are changes. Last year ka crash course is completely different from 2024, different from 2022, and this year it was completely different. In this year crash course, all 10 units were covered in the paper one, and we did more PYQs, and we also introduced different kind of theories, different kind of scholarly work, along with good depth of understanding of the basics. Okay. Same is the case with paper 2, the foundation part of paper 2, along with the depth required in the case studies and village studies. We have gone into all those details in the current crash course. Okay. So yeah, so individual mentorship will be done by toppers and those students who have appeared in the mains. Both category of students would be there. दोनों लोग रहेंगे. Let me just mention this here very clearly. Individual mentorship में we are going to have both toppers would be there, plus students who have appeared in interview, both categories. Both of them would be there in the individual mentors, and most of them would be toppers only. But you know what happens is that when we have certain number of students that we are not able to cater to with toppers only, in that case we require support of students who have had good experience with UPSC process, who have appeared in interview, and their mentorship is equally important. And most of them would be also the ones who would be evaluating the papers. So the ones who are evaluating the papers would be mentoring you, so you can safely stay assured about the quality of the mentorship. Like how to answer Durkheim division of labor relevant in present day context. Yes, definitely, Tushar. So see, what happens is division of labor's understanding must be very, very good. That means you should not be just talking about organic solidarity or mechanical solidarity. You have to first explain division of labor, the basic definition, which means allocation of work among the people on the basis of specialization. Okay, that is what we call as division of labor. Now in any factory, in any coaching institution, you can see labor divided: sales team, marketing team, faculty team, graphic team, editing team, admission team. So this is what we call as division of labor. Now each of the team is interdependent upon each other for completion of the task, which is organizing the course. For the organization of course, sales team, marketing team, faculty team, admission team, all will have to coordinate with each other, right? This is what we call as organic solidarity. Now this is applied, but इसमें कौन सी बड़ी application थी? कुछ भी नहीं. It is all about clarity and understanding of the concept. Once you understand it, you don't need to borrow example for these things from the newspaper of Hindu or the Indian Express. It's all about your clarity of the mindset that enables you to look around you for application of these concepts that appear to you as very theoretical. And when you show the interdependence, that is what we call as organic solidarity. However, Durkheim also mentions that division of labor is not causing integration all the times. There are certain times when division of labor is failing to cause integration. And for those times, Durkheim has clearly talked about three types of division of labor. And those types are forced division of labor, and anomic division of labor, and poorly coordinated division of labor. So forced division of labor would be when the sales team, marketing team, or faculty team, or graphic editing team members are selected in these teams on the basis of nepotism, favoritism, regionalism, caste, sex, and not merit. When you see such kind of allocation of work on the basis of these things, this is what we call as forced division of labor, right? So in we can see in any organization, topmost positions are occupied by men. Female are missing in the topmost position. This is what we call as glass ceiling, applied part. Okay, so but this applied part is not really applied, it is just a basic. So when we are dealing with the theoretical part, we don't just cover it up, we just make sure that we are doing it properly with contemporary examples, and that too very basic example, not some example drawn from Yojana or Kurukshetra or Hindu or Indian Express. For these things, basic awareness, because until you have that, it the examples will not belong to you. You will always have to depend on some example if you are drawing it from the Hindu or the Indian Express. So this is the basic thing that we focus a lot on. I hope you got the point. Okay, so guys, with this we conclude the session, and I hope I tried my best to address most of the questions. And we are officially going to begin our classes from tomorrow. Tomorrow on your portal you will see first video getting uploaded on unit 1. So आज आपने क्या करना है सब लोगों ने, आज से ही यूनिट 1 को आप पढ़ना शुरू करिए आज से ही, और कल आप उस यूनिट 1 की वीडियो को देखिए और आपको थोड़ा डिफरेंस समझ आएगा अप्रोच में. The methodology, the pedagogy would be bit different. We will keep the syllabus, PYQ, everything into consideration, but at the same time we'll focus a lot on the understanding part and will not assume that you know it all, because until we understand everything we will not feel confident about answer writing, जिसके साथ हमारी प्रिपरेशन खत्म होती है. ओके, सो आज से यूनिट 1 शुरू करिए और कल से वीडियो देखिए, और उसके बाद 30th को फर्स्ट टेस्ट है, और टेस्ट के बाद मेंटरशिप में शुरू करते हैं एक एक बच्चे से डील करना. ओके, thank you guys, thank you for giving your time to this session. I hope to see you all tomorrow onwards. Thank you guys. Okay.